Hey everyone, it's Nicole aka Miss Rates Trends, and I'm making this video to give you my lock update. Oh man, oh man, I'm such a lazy ass. I was supposed to give you my 8-month lock update. As I discussed before with you, I was going to do my lock updates on a 2-month basis so that you could see some sort of change happening with my dreadlocks. I am actually now approaching my 9-month lock update. It is Thanksgiving actually, and the 26th is the start of my new month. So the 26th of November would be my 9 months, but it's okay, you know, it's never too late, you know what I mean? So yeah. I was actually going to feature my costume. I did a DIY. Yes, a DIY. I was saying FYI. I was gonna do a DIY Cleopatra costume, which I did do. I put it together myself. It was kind of a last minute decision. I had been wanting to do Cleopatra for a few years now. I just didn't know how to start or where I wanted to go with it. My thing is with costumes, I like to have actual costume or clothing material is what I wanted to say. And I did do that. I did purchase a dress that was very cute. And the good thing about the DIY costumes is that if you're using pieces that you could incorporate in your everyday look, it's not so much of a waste of money. So I'll definitely be using that dress again. It was very cute. I had also talked about a wig that I was going to feature. I don't really wear wigs too much anymore just because I'm trying to repair my hair and get it back to the way that it used to be as far as health and growth and length and all that good stuff. So yeah, so I went in to try to, you know, watch the video just to make sure there wasn't anything I had to edit out, or you know, if I had to do it over again, and which I decided to do. I had noticed that I was actually wearing the same exact thing that I was wearing in that video in my last video. So I know it's 2 months later and you're just like, well, you could have worn it again, it's coincidence, whatever. But for me, I don't know why those kind of things bother me. So I just never got to actually taping or recording another video. Taping? Really? Are we in the 80s? So yeah, I decided not to post that video because of that. I know it sounds silly, but that's my OCD. So yeah. You've probably seen this gown many times before. This is my house gown. It's what I usually wear. Sometimes to bed I'll wear, you know, after I get out of the shower, if I want to do my makeup, and which, ta-da, I'm in makeup. I usually don't wear makeup unless it's for a special occasion now. So I figured since I have my face beat to the gods, to the back rows in Saturn and Uranus, okay, Pluto, then I would go ahead and do a video. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Why not? Why not? So, I mean, I already have everything I wanted to say written down, so let's get this party started. So, you know, as far as changes go, I like to start off with changes. There isn't really much outside of the normal changes. You know, I'm still seeing a lot of length, a lot of growth, a lot of thickness. I'm very happy about that. I noticed that, you know, it's touching my neck, you know, I feel little tickles, and I'm like, oh, what's that? It's a bug? No, girl, that's your locks just hanging down, you know what I'm saying? Got some hang time, girl. But that's good, though. I appreciate that. I really do. I'm very happy with the subtle changes that I'm seeing now. It seems like your hair starts to slow down as far as growth goes. At least the way that's how it seems to me. Everybody else says, oh my gosh, your locks are growing, but I don't know, it just feels like it's growing slowly now. I have noticed that now that my locks are getting longer and they're locked now, that I'm having to actually go in and separate my locks more. I do this in between my washing just to make sure that my locks stay separated and that I don't have too much to fight with once I wash my locks. My routine is still the same. I still use rose water. I still use my castor oil. I almost forgot what it was. I use my castor oil every, I would say, 5 days to a week. Sometimes a week and a half if I'm noticing that, you know, it's not as dry as usual. I'll either go in and do like a light oil, maybe do thick parts and, you know, do a line of oil and kind of spread that in with my fingers on my scalp. One thing that I'm noticing is that people are, and I got this actually from Yanni the lockologist. She had recommended that you put oil on your scalp, which makes sense to me because the dryness is not really my hair, it's my scalp that's really dry. You know, it's almost like when you go in a shower and you come out the shower and you put lotion on. It's kind of that same concept. And then with oiling my scalp, my dreads will naturally be oil from that. So I always concentrate my oil on my scalp. And then it goes from there on its own into my dreads. I stopped, I know I said this in my last video, but I have officially stopped using coconut oil. It's not very good for me. I noticed that when I put it on my scalp, just in the front part, there would be this patch of dirty dandruff that was very itchy. And I was like, what is that? And I actually didn't realize that it was the coconut oil that was doing it until I did this past time. And I was like, it has to be the coconut oil. Stopped using it, and I never see that patch. So I know it's the coconut oil. I just saw my next bullet. So I had bought some olive oil that I was actually going to start using on my son's hair. I used it on my hair, and I've never had a problem with olive oil ever in my life, honey. I put it on my head, and literally probably a day or two later, my head was burning. It was so itchy, and then when I would feel like where I was scratching at, I would have these little bumps on my scalp. So I had a bad reaction to some olive oil that I bought from Walmart. Not happy about that because I was trying to go as long as I could without retwisting my hair. And if you've watched my previous videos, you know that I can't wash my hair without retwisting. I can't do that. So probably not until my hair gets longer. I would say at least shoulder length long, that I would start washing my hair and not having to retwist it. Just because you'll have more weight on it, and the locks I'm hoping will be a little bit more separated when that happens. When I wash my hair, I have basically a baby afro and then little dreads coming out is what it looks like. So it just doesn't look right to me to not retwist my hair after washing. So I had to do it. I had to. My scalp was on fire. This bad reaction to the olive oil was really bothering me, so I just went ahead and washed my hair. I was like, forget it. I'll wash it and retwist it. And I actually twisted my dreads a little bit tighter than normal because I knew this is it. I'm not going to use any new products or anything like that. I'm just going to do what I do. And for the next 4 months, this actually started in my 8th month. It was right before my 8-month update. So I wanted to do a little baby challenge and not wash my hair, or not wash or retwist my hair for the next few months until my year update. Once my year update happens, then I'll go ahead and retwist. Plus I want to see the growth that happens. I don't know if I mentioned this in my last video or my recorded unposted video. I was watching a gentleman who had locks that were thinning, and it was a problem for him. It was a very bad problem. He started eating better. He was drinking water, and then after that, he started noticing his hair was growing and getting thicker. And he had mentioned something that, I mean, it's mind-blowing, the things that you think of when you're actually going through the process and you're trying to assess the situation and make it better. How can you do this better? So he realized in that process that he was unable to retwist his hair like he should because there was no new growth to retwist. And I was just like, you know, and that's one thing that Yanni the lockologist talks about, is making sure that you embrace, oh my goodness, honey can't speak. Making sure you embrace your new growth, because that is important. There's nothing to retwist if you're constantly retwisting and not allowing that new growth to come in. So that's something that I definitely want. And I have been, I think the longest I've waited for a retwist was probably a little over a month, maybe a month and a week or two. So I definitely give my hair time to grow. I want to give it more time to grow though. So yeah, I'm gonna try and make it this year and not do anything crazy with my hair. It smells amazing. I'm using the rose water for that added moisture, and I'm definitely keeping my locks oiled, and it does not smell bad. The castor oil that I use has a hint of lavender in it, so it smells good. Like, it doesn't smell bad, okay? For that person out there that talks bad about people who don't wash their locks. Honey, it is not necessary for all people to wash their hair all the time. Anyways. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm still seeing that subtle growth happening, and it's so amazing. And not only that, but you just see more definition in the lock texture itself, you know? Like when I'm looking at them, mostly the ones in the back ones locked really fast. The top ones, they're getting there. There's still one that I see in here that I braided, that I could still see the braid too. I can never find it when I want to fill it. But the top ones they're definitely getting there. They're definitely locked now. I still see in some of them the little coils at the end. Yeah. Which is funny because people will say, "Oh, I like your twists." I'm like, these are not twists, honey. But yeah, I mean, I'm getting there. I am. It's very awesome to see the growth. Especially when I take a mirror and hold it up and look at the back of my head. I'm like, oh my gosh, my dreads. My beautiful dreads. They're wonderful. So, I just wanted to end with this, as far as my advice goes. I definitely want to encourage people to be more positive about hair. I feel like hair is precious. It's a precious thing, and it's definitely a blessing if you have it. I think that the stigma around hair is definitely it's fierce. It's fierce out there in the world, especially for a woman that has short hair and a woman who has dreadlocks. Like, I have a double whammy. But you know, I get people that say, "Oh wow, you look better with wigs on," or "You look better with long hair." I don't take offense to it. I appreciate the compliment. However, this is me, you know. I don't want to cover up my hair because, you know, somebody doesn't have a liking to it or they don't understand it. You know, that's just me. This is me, you know, and this is like, I'm not apologetic for it, you know, because I'm not going to be someone or something that I'm not to appease someone else, you know. This is me. Even if it means that I like to wear makeup, that's me, you know what I mean? And I'm always gonna be me at the end of the day. So I say that to say this: just do you, you know. And I know I've said this before in my previous videos, but I mean that. Do you. Who gives a, excuse my French, who gives a fuck what anyone else says? It does not matter, because at the end of the day, they're not paying your bills, they don't sign your checks, and they don't feed your kids, okay? So with that said, everyone, happy Thanksgiving and happy holidays, and until next time.